Once upon a time the world was at war, called the Great War, between the Allied powers and the Central Powers, until one day the Allied powers came out victorious. When it came time to blame aggressors, all fingers pointed to Germany. Germany was forced to sign an unfair Treaty of Versailles and had to pay 6,600 million marks in war reparations, which, along with the losses of his colonies to the League of Nations and major economic regions, to France, Belgium, Denmark, and Czechoslovakia, were a major economic strain. Some of his worst losses were to Poland, where he was forced to give up West Prussia, Posen, and Upper Silesia. Another strain on the German people was rapid inflation caused by excess printing of currency. It became so bad that by November 1st, 1923, bread was 3 billion marks a loaf, and only 15 days later it became 80 billion marks a loaf. Germany was left weak with everyone suffering, until one day a certain man came to power with promises of restoring Germany to his former greatness. That man was Adolf Hitler. Hitler led Germany to violate various parts of the Treaty of Versailles, starting with the remilitarization of Rhineland. England and France, aware of this danger, were unable to deal with it due to their weakened economies and decided that it might be of some benefit. Germany under Hitler continued by annexing Austria, which, although it was against the wishes of many of Germany's allies, was actually fine with the Austrian people, 99% of whom wanted this annexation. England and France again took no action because they believed Hitler when he promised that this was going to be the last of Germany's conquests. Germany continued by asking for more things, and England agreed, following the policy of appeasement in which he granted any of Germany's reasonable requests. Germany, however, never kept his side of the agreements, and he eventually was set to invade Poland. England and France could no longer refrain from action, and decided to declare war on Germany if he invaded Poland, hoping that it would stop him from doing so. However, Germany was not deterred, and on September 1st, 1939, through Prussia in the north and Silesia and Slovakia in the south, Germany invaded Poland, and France and Britain declared war on Germany. Meanwhile, in the U.S., many Americans were interested in joining the war. However, Franklin D. Roosevelt wished to remain neutral. At the same time, however, he wanted Britain to not lose, so he passed the Lend-Lease Act, allowing him to lend weapons to the Allied powers. Other than that, America lived on mostly neutral until one day Pearl Harbor was bombed by Japan. This angered many of the U.S. citizens and led them to declare war on Japan. This, despite America hoping to avoid it, caused Germany to declare war on America, and thus World War II had entered into full effect.